The reason I do this is for solitude and just to connect with myself and connect with nature again.
I just heard someone cough.
Tabi po? You know, some sounds don't belong to the place you're in.
I think someone has been here.
They belong to something underneath. I was alone on that mountain. I know I was alone. And then I wasn't. I still don't know if it was my imagination or if there really was someone out there with me, but I know what the locals had told me before I went up there. And I know I shouldn't have ignored it. Siargao, 3 months. That was the plan. Get a feel for the island, meet locals, soak up some vitamin D, and escape the Canadian winter for a while. I wanted to hike, but there weren't really trails, at least not the kind you'd find on a map. But I'd heard about a mountain nearby the village, and I thought,
I want to know what's up at the top of this hill. It's definitely a path.
how hard could it be? It's funny, isn't it? You think the danger is always in the jungle, but sometimes the warning comes before you even set foot on the path.
Yeah.
I don't know about the story of the alamat because I'm gone, but the old is there's an alamat.
She told me about the Cabuntog, the alamat, the legend of General Luna.
Like in General Luna, they have an alamat we call as a Cabuntog before.
Before the tourists, before the surf schools, this place was called Cabuntog, named after a bell.
Ring that bell, Mr. Pip.
A big loud bell. So loud, the story goes, that Moro raiders could hear it from far away, even from Mindanao. It drew them here. So the people did the only thing they could to stop the attacks. They took the bell and they threw it in the river, into the mangrove swamp, under the ground.
So until now, the bell that on the depth.
And it's still there. Under. Then she looked at me and said something I didn't quite fully hear at the time.
I cannot guarantee you because there are so many people here that the news people or the stranger. So I cannot guarantee about that when you hike there. But only the people here and says stillborn, it's okay.
I went anyway. I know what you're thinking. Of course you went anyway. You never listen. And you'd be partly right. I don't know if it's my tourist stubbornness or what, habit? 34 years in the corporate world teaches you to push through. I found this hut. Nobody there. Just quiet. The kind of quiet that fills a room louder than sound. I sat down. I was going to stay the night. Watch the sunset from up there. Simple. And then I heard it. A cough.
I just heard someone cough.
From outside, from the trees, from somewhere. I still don't know if it was my imagination or if there really was someone out there with me.
Tabi po?
But it spooked me enough that I abandoned my night. I hastily decided to retreat back down to the coast. Honestly, my mind was racing. I would have appeared calm on the outside. That's who I am. But on the inside, I was afraid someone would come into the shack at night and hurt me. I had nothing to protect myself. The mental toll of that cough and having heard the warnings, my mind fast-forwarded it to the night. If stories like this are the kind of thing you're here for, the real stuff, the unscripted stuff, consider subscribing if you're not already. Not long after, Christmas was coming, and the people at my homestay, Lois Day, Didai, Martas, Mateo, they were putting together hampers for the elders in the community. Rice, canned goods, simple things. They invited me to help, so I did. We separated the provisions, loaded them up, delivered them to the elders one by one, and seeing the precious look of appreciation on their faces, it gave me an immense feeling of pride, but also a tinge of guilt. I had been walking through their island like it was a backdrop for my adventure. They were living inside it. This was their alamat, their Cabuntog, their warning bell that I treated like a story, and it was their life. That afternoon, I wasn't a tourist looking at the scenery anymore. I was in it, part of its rhythm. I've been sitting with this for a while. What was that cough? Was it real? Was it symbolic, the bell that the woman had told me about? Hidden under the ground, but still ringing? The Cabuntog was too loud, so they buried it. But burying something doesn't silence it. It just makes the sound stranger, harder to place. You hear it, and then you think, that can't be real. But it is. The bell is still there. Under, under, under.
So on all trails, this trail is rated hard. So far, I don't know why, because it's just a road.
We think we're invincible. We ignore the warnings, forget the alamat. We trust our own plans over the people who've been here long before us. But the warning bell can still be heard, even from underground, if you listen.
Yeah! Salamat!
Have you ever ignored a warning and regretted it? Or discovered something you weren't supposed to find? I'd love to hear your story in the comments. And if you want to go a little deeper, behind the scenes, extended cuts,
This is where I need a cameraman.
stuff I don't post anywhere else, I'd love to welcome you as a channel member. The link's below if you're interested. Thanks for watching. Boop the like button. And until next time, happy trekking.